Good afternoon. Welcome to our Dell Music Lounge live audience. Say hello on the radio. I can't remember the last time we did a doubleheader, but that's what we've got today. Joe P. is with us, and then Rainbow Kid and Surprise. We'll have just a quick break between these two live Dell Music Lounges, and they are, of course, playing together tonight at ACL Live at the Moody Theater, and again tomorrow night at ACL Live at the Moody Theater. I looked a few minutes ago, and there are but a handful of tickets left for both shows. You can buy those at acllive.com. So our Dell Music Lounge is presented by Dell Technologies. 21 and up, our audience enjoyed Odell Brewing Company. The Taste of Domain Northside's Flower Child fed everyone. And all our winners today got a free gift from Travis Matthew. They're at Domain Northside, and they've got your summer essentials. We also have water from Seaforce. So this gentleman was with us a little less than a year ago in this very room, and apparently a surprise to him until he saw the lineup announce. He's going to be playing Austin City Limits The Music Festival Weekend 2. So if you're considering buying your 3-day passes, Weekend 2 and Weekend 2 only is when you'll find Joe P. You'll find him, like I said, with Rainbow Kid and Surprise, both tonight and tomorrow at ACL Live. And here, once again, live on Austin City Limits Radio, we welcome Joe P.
Well, happy birthday, baby. Everybody's here for you. Happy birthday, baby. 6 candles lighting up the whole room. Outdated kitchen full of smiles. Everyone standing around. We take pictures so we remember who we are 25 years from now. And I remember towers coming down, first grade September. I remember wondering, why am I going home now? Daddy's crying, I ask why. As apples turn to ash, we take pictures so we remember who we are. But you curse like your mother, and you act like your father. Your sister called back, but your brother doesn't have your number. So you drove by his house, and now he's got a daughter, and they named her after you. The girl with no smile, the girl with no smile. You hide your heartbeat in a box under the bed, but it makes too much noise down there, so you swallow it up instead. And now a pounding headache keeps you awake as you daydream through the night. We take pictures so we remember who we are. But you curse like your mother, and you act like your father. Your sister called back, but your brother doesn't have your number. So you drove by his house, and now he's got a daughter, and they named her after you. The girl with no smile, the girl with no smile. I don't wanna know what it feels like to be the rain in Seattle. I don't wanna know what it feels like to be the wind in Chicago. And I don't wanna know what it feels like to be the sunshine in LA. Someday when this life's done, I'll come back as something you can love. I'll come back as something you can love. birthday, baby. Everybody's here for you. Happy birthday, baby. One candle lighting up the whole room. Outdated kitchen full of smiles. Everyone standing round. We take pictures so we remember who we are. Thank you.
Joe P. live on Austin City Limits Radio from here in our Dell Music Lounge. So the 4-second career recap, which we talked about last time,
Yeah.
You're in a hard touring band. That thing happens until it sort of stops for the pandemic.
Yeah.
Then you record a bunch of stuff at home. Some of that becomes big TikTok fodder. And then about the time that you're with us, you're sort of wondering, do they like me? Do they like this guy that's in the TikTok videos? Is there a career in this?
Yeah.
And
I'm always wondering that. So.
now you've done your first run of headlining shows.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Are you feeling more confident? Are you? No.
I mean, yes, you get more confident, but as soon as you do, there's another thing that's like, now you have to be scared of this. You know, it's like there's another thing. I used to be terrified of flying, like biggest fear ever. Now I'm like one of those people who's like, oh, there's like a delay. Like I'm complaining about like simple things, you know, where I used to be like, I'm going to die when this plane is in the sky. So there's things like that where there's things that I used to be afraid of that now I'm good, but now I'm not confident. Like right before we started, I was like, I might have a panic attack and just fall down right now. But then I just played the song and we're okay. So I never know. I always think I'm over that, and then it all comes back into me. Yeah, it's good.
But you're pretty transparent about all that. I mean,
I guess so, yeah.
We just talked about your anxieties.
Yeah.
Also, you're transparent about sharing half songs, things you're working on. You know, a lot of folks sort of store those away and then want that big moment of release.
They're
and
smart, yeah.
You're
They're good.
But you're showing the work as it happens.
Yeah.
And is that something you think about? It's obviously a conscious decision.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, with TikTok and everything and what you have to do now as an artist to kind of get yourself out there, you can write just a verse. Like that song I just played, I posted that first verse like 2 years ago. I'm actually going through, like this is one of the things I'm doing. I'm going through that old like viral post of it and replying to each comment. It's coming out, it's coming out, it's coming out. TikTok actually stopped me and said like, you're spamming, and they kicked me off. So I haven't been on for a bit. But like, yeah, so I'm never sure that that's what it is. I'm just excited that I wrote a verse, and I'll record a video of me in my kitchen or basement playing it. And then if people like it, it's great. But then they're like, when's it coming out? And I'm like, oh yeah, I have no clue what like the bridge or the verse, you know, or the chorus is going to be. So now you get this pressure to finish it, and it can be nice, you know what I mean? And I haven't fallen too into the like, I don't read comments. I don't want to listen to, like, even replying to all these comments, like I just said, I'm like trying not to look if there's one that's like, you're terrible, because it'll just destroy me. But, you know, I try not to listen, even the positive stuff where it's like, I love this, you know, it's good, but it's just as bad as a negative comment in some situations, because now you might feel like, well, I can't change that lyric, that, you know, 1 million people watched it and liked it, so it must be good. It's like, it's not about that. You should be doing it 100%, you know, for the reason you initially started writing the song. So you can get caught up in that a little, and I try to stay away, and I won't post for like 2 months or something, and my manager is like, what are you doing, you know? But, so I've done a pretty good job of balancing the, like, you know, be an artist for the reason you want to be, and then, you know, people like the song, maybe finish it, you know? So it's good.
I saw somewhere that you recently picked up coffee, that you had not been a
Somewhat
coffee.
recently, yeah.
Who does that?
I'm weird, man.
What-
I don't know. I tried, you know, I always had tea. I never liked coffee. I'm one of those people, though, where it's like, if you told me I could never drink alcohol again, I'd be like, that's fine. It's disgusting, but it's fun. And I get it. It's great. But I'm one of those people who's like, when I was 5 years old, vanilla ice cream was delicious, and now I like it still. Whereas like when you're a little kid, there's so much stuff you don't like the taste of, and you're like, what? And then slowly you just look around and all your friends are now drinking like whiskey, and they're doing this and that, and I'm like, and you try to like it, and I'm like, I still don't really like this. Like, what is? And coffee was one of those things where I was like, everyone drinks coffee, and I'm drinking it like I'm supposed to like this, right? And then I added like cream to it and sugar, and I was like, well, this is just dessert now, the way I have it. This isn't gonna go well.
So, and then one day, I don't know, I was driving, I was on tour, and it was like middle of the, 4 a.m., and I'm like, I'm gonna crash and die if I don't drink. So I'm always crashing and dying in my situations. But, so I saw there was a Wawa on the side of the road as that happens, and I was like, tea isn't gonna do it, I'm going for coffee. So I used it as a tool, and then I just was like, this is amazing, because I don't really sleep anyway. So I was like, this is even better. This is
never
like,
know.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I never sleep. So I was like, this stuff's great. I can drink this late, and it keeps me going, keeps me thinking straight. And now I'm probably just addicted to it. I don't know anymore. But I haven't had any today, so I'm good. But
The last time you were here, you played a Springsteen song, and I don't think at the time I realized you were from Asbury Park.
Yeah.
Do they just play Nebraska for you in the maternity ward
Nonstop.
there, or how does that work?
So I grew up in North Jersey, which is more like Sopranos, the woods, suburban kind of life. And, I grew up, my parents weren't Springsteen fans, so I just grew up with immediately going to Led Zeppelin and guitar stuff, And when you're a little kid, Bruce Springsteen doesn't have that appeal, that superhero appeal to you the way AC/DC or Led Zeppelin or something, or Hendrix would have. There's that kind of superhero, easy to get as a kid thing. Springsteen, though, you hit a certain point, and it was when I dropped out of college and moved down to Belmar, New Jersey, and I was living on B Street or something, which they have it labeled as letters, and it's the E Street Band, and I'm like, let me look into this guy. I keep hearing, everywhere you go, you hear about him, and I'm like, maybe I should start looking into this. So I looked it up, and I was panicking that I had dropped out of college. What am I doing? I need something to cling on to. And when you're from New Jersey, there's not much. There's just not a lot to be that proud of, I mean, I think there is, but on paper, there isn't much. So I look up this guy, and E Street, all right, so I drive at 4 a.m., freaking out in my little red Toyota Yaris, and I find the house that they practiced at and on E Street, and it was this moment of this is the first tangible proof that I can do something with this music thing. I'm not going insane trying to do this, So it was, when you're in LA, I think you can probably drive around all day and see tons of, iconic things that make you think it's possible, But New Jersey, it's we have really good pizza and bagels, which is great, but there's not a lot of that larger than life thing going on, and that's
Except
what I
for
found
John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I
but
mean, we're all thinking that.
I know, but to me, it's either Bruce or Bon Jovi, and I'm
Well, no, you clearly chose
connected
right
with
there.
I think so.
I think Bon Jovi would make the same choice.
Yeah, I think so.
He kind of has.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, we've got Joe P. here with us. He's going to play tonight at ACL Live at the Moody Theater, again tomorrow night, and then weekend 2 of the Austin City Limits Music Festival in the fall. Once again, live on Austin City Limits Radio, Joe P.
While you go get another drink, I think I'll wait to tell you I'm fine. One more vodka soda, then you'll never even know that I'm mine. I used to wonder why you never said goodbye, but now you're off my mind. Got myself another lover, God, I love her, I'll never stop. Take her out and drive around and show her all of our favorite spots. I used to sit and cry. I felt like I could die, but now you're off my mind. Ooh. And we'll be better by the summer. You'll come out from underneath your coat. I'll be making toast in the tub with all my ducks in a row, wearing all of my clothes. I still put my hand around the headrest in my undercoat. car that passes by, every blonde hair in the corner of my eye. But now you're off my mind. I can't believe what they're saying. You don't live in Jersey anymore. You went to fight off your genetics, and you heard the West Coast had the cure. Now you watch the kids grow up while you're just getting old. You used to be so sure, and now you never know. But it's okay, yeah, it's alright, 'cause I'm too far from you to fall in love tonight. It will be better by the summer. You'll come out from underneath your coat. I'll be making toast in the top with all my ducks in a row, wearing all of my clothes. Yeah. Jump off and nobody knows. Yeah, now you're off my mind. Thank you.
Joe P. live on Austin City Limits Radio from here in our Dell Music Lounge. Again, ACL Live at the Moody Theater tonight and tomorrow night, setting the stage for Rainbow Kid and Surprise, and then back for weekend 2 of the Austin City Limits Music Festival. Thank you for doing this. Could have been anywhere else, drinking coffee downtown. And
I
yet,
gotta get some, yeah.
yet you were here with us. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate our live audience that's here. We're going to do this again in just a minute, so you're probably going to be able to read these sponsors back without me telling you about it, but I'm going to do it again. The Dell Music Lounge is presented by Dell Technologies, 21 and up. Our audience enjoyed Odell Brewing Company. The Taste of Domain, Northside's Flower Child, fed our audience, and they received gifts from Travis Matthews. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to throw it back downstairs for just a minute, and then we'll come back, get Rainbow Kid and Surprise set up, and we'll do this all over again. Another Dell Music Lounge coming in under 10 minutes or so here from the Dell Music Lounge on Austin City Limits Radio.